Hi there folks, another amazing recipe today. A bone-in short ribs served with a bourbon barbecue sauce on top of a goat cheese polenta. Stay tuned, I'm going to show you how to make it. Don't forget, ring the bell, give us a thumbs up, and please subscribe. Stay tuned, we're going to show you how to make this. All right friends, another fantastic segment for you today. Let's get going. Let me show you how to make those beautiful ribs. Look at them. Here they are, friends. Look at that. Bone-in short ribs. We're going to braise them in a bourbon barbecue sauce. If you've ever made my bourbon barbecue sauce, very similar to this, just a sauce, and you can take on a barbecue. This, we're going to put it in the oven. We're going to braise those short ribs with this amazing sauce that we're going to prepare. Remember the segment, friends. You have to, if you want to cook with me, first you watch the segment, you see if you like it. You want to cook with me, you have to get all your mise-en-place. And the best way to get it is, let me get my towel first. I got to clean my hands because I just touched the ribs. You got to get, you watch the recipe, you like it? Good. Let's say you want to do it. You go below the video, there's a link, it says see more. You click on that, you see it, you download the recipe. You have it printed and you do your mise-en-place. It's a lot of stuff on this, folks. We got onion, we got leek, we got celery, we got peppers, we got garlic, we got habanero, we got chipotle pepper and adobo sauce. We got fresh herbs, mustard, tomatoes, brown sugar, vinegars. Mamma mia, we got a lot of stuff. This is not a quick thing to do, but let me tell you. This is going to be one of the best short rib you've ever had. I promise you, you're going to love it. It's really, really delicious. Bone in, you want to do a bone out? The one you can get, like you can get some at Costco. They are boneless. You can get those also. They're wonderful. I kind of like the bone in. It's dramatic. It's delicious. And the bone gives you so much more flavor. So, first thing we're going to do is we're going to pan sear them, put in the flour, get them beautiful golden brown. And then we're gonna make the braising container right here. Just checking to make sure it was hot enough. I'm gonna start with a little bit of garlic olive oil, and then I'm gonna pan sear it, the short ribs, but I'm gonna do it with a clarified butter, not regular butter, clarified butter. And in the essential, we have you guys gonna have to learn to make this. Now that our channel is growing, I want to teach you some new stuff. And clarified butter is a must to saute meat and all that, so then you don't burn your butter and you don't burn your olive oil, okay? So it's much better to do it. We're going to make sure this is nice and hot. We're going to pan sear them, and they're right here. All we're going to do is we're going to dust them with flour all the way around it, you see? And then we're going to get them beautiful golden brown, and that's going to give us some really, really wonderful caramelization. Right, we're going to do that. And then we're also going to get into the pot. Let me remove this. Get myself a moist rag. And we're going to put them in here. We're going to pan sear them. And then we're going to make the sauce in here. Let me not wait further. Let me start making the braising liquid. That's where the ribs are going to cook. We're going to start with the onion. Remember, onion is number one always. Unless what? Unless we got bacon. If we got bacon, we're using the bacon fat to saute the onion. All right, so then you put the bacon first, let the fat render, then saute the onion. But there's no bacon in here, but you certainly could add bacon in there. But nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that. You can add, oh, mamma mia. Don't get me started with bacon. Hey, look, it's not hot enough. You see that? This is number one rule. Don't screw up in the kitchen. Leave it up to me, I screw up. All right, so what you do when you do like that? You just wait. You wait. I'm talking, and I didn't wait long enough, so now I put the onion and nothing is happening. It's because it wasn't hot enough. You see, I should have known. You think I would know better after 50 years in the kitchen? No. Something is wrong. It's not cooking. But we're going to wait for a few seconds. Well, it looks like it's cooking now. It's getting finely. Thank goodness. It took forever. Don't forget, folks, don't do like I do. I forget all the time things. Leave it up to me, you know. If I can make mistakes in the kitchen, I make them. I don't know about you, but I make a lot of mistakes in the kitchen. You would think after 50 years I don't make any more. No, not me. Salt and pepper, don't forget. And now we're going to take those ribs, friends, and we're going to put them in. And we're not going to touch them. Remember, when you're cooking, don't touch them. Leave them alone. Leave them alone. Don't touch it. We're going to take this out of the way. The onion are doing their thing. This, we're not going to touch. We're going to put almost salt and pepper in there. And trust me, that sauce is going to have a lot of salt and pepper in there. I had put a bit of salt and pepper in the beginning in it. And now we're going to put more. So now, let's go to this part right there. Let's see how we're doing with this. You don't want to touch them unless it's really, really starting to caramelize. We want to make sure we caramelize the onions so they're nice and sweet. Okay? That's really important, friends. We want to make sure those onions are nice and sweet. And the only way they're going to be sweet, and you know right now, it happens to be the Vidalia onion season. The Vidalia onion from Georgia. Did I ever tell you I come from Georgia? No. Well, I may have told you that, but it's not true. But anyway, have you ever had a Vidalia onion? Oh, let me tell you, there's a lot of sweet onion out there. There's some from Washington State that I want, the Walla Walla onion. They're delicious also. So there's a lot of sweet onion out there. But I have to tell you though, I think Vidalia are one of the best. There's a lot of good one out there. I don't want to offend anybody who said our onion are just as sweet. Fine, your onion could be just as sweet. I like the Vidalia onion. By the way, talking about onion, no, don't touch it. Jean-Pierre, don't touch it. And I said that and I screwed it up. See, you don't want to touch it. Otherwise, you lose that Maillard reaction. You lose that caramelization. And I don't want to lose it. So, really, really important if we don't have this. So, this, friends, basically, here's what we're going to do. We're going to braise. And braise means submerged in liquid. We're going to braise those amazing ribs in a barbecue sauce. Yeah, we're going to braise them in the barbecue sauce. You can serve with polenta. You can serve them with, we're going to serve them with a polenta cake today, but you can serve with mashed potatoes. You can serve with whatever you want. By the way, you notice, I'm not putting anything in there until the onion are caramelized. If the onion are not caramelized, they're not so sweet, right? You're all with me with this? You're all with me, right? So that's why the onion always gone down first. You see, all of those wonderful cooks out there then put all of the stuff together, all of the vegetables put together. Think about it. Celery, leeks. Those are leeks, by the way. Leeks is another onion. You notice all of those people then put everything together at the same time. You notice their onion never caramelized. And if you think about it, hey, can we take a pic? I don't want to burn them, but it's not burning, but it's not doing that great either. Let's see. No, we're going to wait. Where was I? Oh, yeah, I was with the onion. So if you see all the time, you know, the Trinity, the onion, the celery, and the carrots, everybody puts all together. And guess what? What's in here? What's in here? 90% water. Imagine, friends, if you were to put a quarter cup of water in there, you think your onion are ever going to caramelize? Of course they're not going to caramelize. They're going to stew. And then you're missing that opportunity because for all of you that cook out there, you know what I'm talking about right there. This is nice and delicious. Deliciousness. Is that a word? I think so. So, all right. So look, we're good right there. We're going to go in there. You know, I think these guys want to turn. Ah, yeah, they want to turn. No kidding. Look at that. You see how fast that went? There you go. That's what I'm talking about right there, my friends. Let me just lower the heat a little bit because now it's on steroid. All right. So, we're putting the celery in there. All right. Then we're putting the leeks in there. We're going to put them in the same time. Let's put the whole thing in there. That's going to be a lot of stuff in there, boy. Let me tell you. Woo, man. That's going to be delicious. Then we're going to put some peppers. Let's put some peppers in there. Oh, beautiful color peppers. Whatever peppers you got. Don't be a dead. Hey, cut them. And hey, oh, by the way, everything is not cut very small. You notice that? It's like medium dice. Because this thing is going to be in the oven for 3 hours, friends. 3 hours. 2.5, 3 hours, right? So if you cut it too small, 3 hours later, what do you got? Nothing, right? So look, this is going to be really nice. We're looking good, friends. I'm going to do it on all sides. Look how big they are. Just gonna do on all side. All side I'm doing it. You see? All side. And it's smoking. I hope it's not putting too much smoke in here. Maybe we could do it to put it on the side over there. I'll leave it here. I'll leave it here. We'll just pay attention to it. All right? So now, let's make sure everything is going. All right, next ingredient here. We got jalapeno peppers, chipotle, jalapeno pepper. You can put habanero pepper. You can put whatever pepper you want. You want to put a little heat in there, okay? Now, those peppers are not so hot, so don't worry. And it'll be, everything will be in the recipe, so you'll have it. Garlic. You could chop the garlic, but don't worry about chopping it because this is going to cook 2.5, 3 hours. So, you know, this is going to be nice and smooth. It's going to be nice and roasted garlic flavor in it. I put the whole thing in there. It's only garlic, right? All right, so here we go. We cook it. Now, what else do we put in here? Got a lot of stuff. Let me tell you, a lot of stuff. A little brown sugar. Just a little bit of brown sugar. Very little brown sugar. All right. Then we're going to put some tomatoes in there, friends. We got beautiful, beautiful chopped tomatoes. It's Italian tomato. Same tomato that I used to make my tomato sauce. What else we got? Okay, hold on. Let me make sure I don't burn nothing. Oh, yeah, it's looking good. It's looking good, you see. We want to get on all sides here, friends. See the color right there? If you could be here smelling this, you would say, Chef, it smells delicious. I agree. I got some oregano, thyme, and a little bit of rosemary, just chopped fresh herb. Oh, if I have time, I'll show you how I keep my herbs. It's really important. Okay, now, this is really optional. Everything is optional, really. Is chipotle pepper in adobo sauce. I don't know if you've ever had that, but that stuff is spicy, man. Holy moly. So the adobo sauce sometimes is enough, or you can put one of them. Now remember, don't put too much, like, unless you're cooking for the church. This is like, holy moly, that's enough right there. You see, that was almost nothing, right? Did I put a brown sugar in there already? I think I did. All right. Then we're going to put a little bit of maple balsamic vinegar. If you don't have a maple balsamic vinegar, then put a good balsamic vinegar in it. Just a little bit of it, okay? Just a little bit. My vinegar is sweet, so it's going to go really, really well in there. Let me tell you, that sauce is going to be amazing. And then we're going to put a little bit of beef stock. Let me turn these guys off because they're done. And then at the last minute, we're going to put some of that. This is a maple-flavored bourbon whiskey. This is good. We're going to put it at the end. We don't need to put it now. We don't need to put it now, friends, because if we put it now, it's going to, all the alcohol is going to cook out. Now, some of you say, always ask me, say, well, if we can't have alcohol, what do we do? Don't worry. Just don't put it in. You can't have it? It's okay. You're not going to miss it if you can't have it. Right? A little bit of Worcestershire sauce. Worcestershire sauce. However you say it. And believe it or not, I'm going to put a little bit of dry mustard. I know. I don't use it for very many things. Of course I don't use it for many things. It's closed. It's still closed, you see? So I'm going to need a knife. Oh, boy. To open it up. Don't tell anybody, but I have a knife that I use just for this. I got to cut the paper. That's all I'm doing with it. I'm not opening a can. I'm just cutting the paper. Because I can see already the knife police out there going, oh, my God, he used the knife to open. Oh, le macaroni. Just a little bit, friends. Just a little bit. Dry mustard. I actually don't really use dry mustard for many things. But in a barbecue flavor, it does a little magic to it. I think it's delicious. So here we go. We're done with this. We're going to take them. We're going to put them in there. Just like this. Bone side down to begin with. And that's okay. We can flip them later. That's it. Let me take this out of the way. Put it right here so it's out of the way. Let me move this. I can leave the pot here. It's doing quite well here. And now we're going to put stock. We got beef stock in there, folks. And we're going to put the stock on it just like this. Now, remember braising, that means then it's submerging. Submerging. That's a new culinary term we're learning today. We are submerging the ribs, so they're going to cook in the stock. So, depends how big of a pot you have. Depends how many ribs you have. It's going to determine how much stock you're putting in. You see? If you don't have a, oh, look at it. Does that look good or what? Oh, yeah, it looks great. Let me just reduce this for a minute. Depends how much you have, how big of your pot you have, how big of your pot you have. I think instead of my English improving, it's getting worse. Depends how big your pot is, will determine how much stock you need. So have some on hand, and you're going to say, wow, this is beautiful. I know you're going to say that. If you don't, you should. Look. Look how beautiful that is. Is that gorgeous or what? This is the stock that I made. It's on a website. It's under essential. Because that's an essential thing. The chicken stock, the beef stock, you got to make this. You can put it in the freezer. It'll last you 17 years in the freezer, approximately, okay? So a little more salt and pepper. Now, remember, my stock, friends, my stock has no salt and pepper because I don't put salt and pepper in my stock. You shouldn't have salt and pepper in a stock because the stock is something you use in the dish. So you put the salt and pepper in the dish. You don't put the salt and pepper in there. The reason why, when you buy a store-bought, it's full of sodium, 400, 500, 600, 700 milligrams of sodium per cup sometimes. It's because they use the salt as a preservative. When you make it at home, you put it in a freezer. That's your preservative. Don't keep it in a cooler. You keep it in a refrigerator a week. Maybe I won't even cook more than 5 days. In a freezer, 17 years. Take a leave a year or two. What else do we do with this now, friend? We take it. We put a cover on it. We got an oven at 375. I'm going to take him, and I'm going to go and put him in the oven. That's all I'm going to do. Open up the door, pull the shelf, take it right there, put it in the middle of the oven. You see, friends, right there. And forget about it. Forget about it. For 3 hours. Not really. You don't forget about it. Here's what you do. You put it in there. Every half hour, I want you to go in, check it, make sure it's all okay in there, put the cover back on, go in there. Another half an hour, check it, make sure it's okay, flip them on the other side, go back in the oven. Do it for 2.5, 3 hours, however long it takes for the meat to start falling apart. And when it does, you're good to go. At that point, you may thicken the sauce a little bit, you may... I'll give you some tips. In the meantime, we're going to close it for now. We're going to cook it for 2.5, 3 hours. We're going to do our thing. We're going to finish putting the bourbon at the end. And like I say, you don't put alcohol in yours? Don't worry. Just don't put it in. Oh, another thing I'm going to do. I'm going to put a liquid smoke. It gives you a nice little smoky flavor. And you know, this is a natural product. It's made with hickory smoke, really hickory smoke. And water. This is a natural product. And I promise you, it gives just a little smoky taste to it. It's really, really delicious. And make extra, because the sauce you're going to get out of there is amazing. So you want to make a little barbecue. We're going to make a video just on the barbecue sauce also, if you don't want to make the short ribs. Okay? So we're going to put it in the oven. We already put it in the oven. And we'll come back in 2.5, 3 hours. So go do something, but remember to check them. And then when we're ready to serve it, I'm going to show you how to plate them. Okay, friends, 2 hours and 45 minutes. Those guys are got to be ready. Let's check them out. Woo! It's hot. It's hot. Yes. It's very hot, friends. Oh, yeah. Super, super hot. Let's look at it. And then let's determine a few things. Now, a lot of people like the fat in it. And if you want to leave it on there, it's your fat. You do whatever makes you happy. I like to remove it. So what I do is I take a ladle. Because, you know, they look beautiful, but they were a lot of fat in there. So what I do is I put my ladle in there, and I just push it down slowly, and you remove a lot of the fat, most of the fat. If you notice, inside that bowl, I don't know if you can see inside that bowl, but there is a little bit of stock right there. The rest of it is all fat. So you can do it at the same position. Same position. You got to do is just push it down. And if you notice, just don't push too fast. If you do too fast, then you'll get all the sauce to go in there. Because what you have in there, folks, you have the barbecue sauce. Now, some of you have watched my barbecue video, and you'll have your own barbecue sauce, and you can serve them. You can make it with whatever you want. But this right there is the braising liquid that can turn into a beautiful barbecue sauce. So you see, look, it's getting less and less and less, right? You notice? And all this right there is all fat. So I think we got most of it, you see. Let me go over here now and see if I can get a little bit more on that side, but I don't think so. See, I got most of it right there. Now, some people said, oh, I like to eat that. Well, then you go ahead. It's your fat. You eat it. You do whatever makes you happy with it. But I highly recommend you don't. All right? So now what do we do with this? You can refrigerate it and just throw it away. Don't throw it. Whatever you do, friends, with this, you cannot throw this in the garbage. If you can throw this in the sink, it's just like a cholesterol for your plumbing. I highly recommend you throw it in the garbage. Congeal it, put it in the refrigerator, and when it's cold, just throw it away in the garbage. All right, so now let's look at our ribs. I'm going to temporarily put them on a plate right now. I'm going to look at them. The bones just came out. You see? The bone just came out. All right, see the bones right here. See right there? That's the bone right there. We're going to take the bone, and we're going to do the same thing that we did right here. We're going to take it out, and you're going to see why in a minute. Now, I'm pretty sure this is a safe bone to give to your pet. But last time I said that, I got a lot of bad comments. Do not give the bone to your pet. Okay, so then don't give it to them. So I'm just going to take him out. Going to size him up. And now, let's take the bone out. Now, at this point, friend, you can very well just take this whole thing right there. Oh, take another bone here. We only have 3. Yeah, okay, that's good. I only have 3 bones. Now, at this point, folks, this right there is delicious. Okay, there's nothing wrong with this. But the French training in me says, Jean-Pierre, you cannot serve this like this. You got to make it look prettier. So here's what I like to do. Like I do with my barbecue sauce. I take that whole thing right there, and I'm going to strain it. You see? Now I'm going to get all the flavor out of it. You see? I'm going to get all the flavor out of this. Imagine that now. All the vegetables is now going to puree. Oh, you know what I forgot to do? I always forget to do that. But that's why I got it here, so I don't forget. Put a little liquid smoke in there. You don't want to put the liquid smoke, don't put it in. And like I do on my barbecue sauce, I got this beautiful maple flavored bourbon whiskey. Okay? Put a little bit in there, not too much, right? Like my barbecue sauce, like for my barbecue sauce. And we're going to puree this, puree, until we have a very smooth, okay? Look. Very important, friend. We want it to be very, very, very smooth, okay? Very, very smooth. That's what we're looking for. See? Very smooth. You're going to say, well, it's not very smooth. I agree. Not yet. But everything is so hot, you can never eat it anyway now. So all that stuff right here, right now, everything is going well. Okay. How do we make this look pretty? I'm going to show you in a minute, friends. I'm going to show you in a minute. If you've seen my barbecue sauce recipe, you already know what I'm going to do. But now let me just test this to make sure it's good now. Needs more salt. You know, it's good time to do it now. More salt. Yeah. More pepper. A little more whiskey. And maybe you could use just a little bit more. Oop, oop. There you go. More of this. All right, so now we're going to mix all this up. And like the barbecue sauce, we're going to strain it. You don't have to strain it if you don't want to. Trust me. It's going to be delicious. Straining it or not straining it, I promise you, it's still going to be delicious. It's just going to look better if you strain it. That's all. All right, let me test it again. Let me test it again, friends. Let me test it again. Now it's good. Now it's good, friends. Remember, when you're looking for salt, you want to find the salt. You look for the salt. You look for it. And if you can't find it, then keep testing. Yeah, you will find it. All right, so now here we go, friends. Let me take another pot. It's a good thing to have all those pots in here. Put that right there. This little big, right? And now we're going to take that ladle that we used, and we're going to take this. Again, like I say, you don't have to do this. You can skip it. I'm just going to do a little bit, okay? Because I can't do the whole thing. Otherwise, you guys are going to think I'm taking too long. I just wanted to show you, that's all. I want to show you how to do it. And like I said, if you watch the barbecue sauce recipe, you know exactly what I'm doing. All right, we strain this. Look at this. Look at this. I did it in a barbecue sauce, so I'm not going to waste too much of your time. Watch the barbecue sauce recipe. You'll see what I'm talking about. But look at the difference between this and this. This and this. You see? Granulated looking, smooth as silk looking. Then we're going to do like we do with the barbecue sauce. Like we do with the barbecue sauce. Put a little spoon in there. Just put a little butter in there. Yeah. Just put a little butter in there. The butter is going to give it a smooth feeling. Yeah. It's going to make it shiny. It's going to give it an exciting shine to it. Let me tell you, friends. This is going to make the ribs amazing. You see? Make sure you melt it all. Right there. I could have taken a whisk. That would have been more professional. Oh. You can rub that sauce all over your body. No. Okay, how are we going to serve this? We could have served it a long time ago, and I'm sure a lot of you would have been very happy. But, you know, sometimes I complicate the issue. I don't know if you've seen it, but I made a video on how to make a goat cheese polenta. And in the video, I show how to make it into a polenta cake. So I got it in the oven. I made some polenta cake. And what I'm going to do now, I'm going to take one of those polenta cake and I'm going to put it underneath the rib. That's the exciting part. Let's find one that is behaving, that is not too crooked. This guy is fine. See right here, this guy's perfect right there. Right? So we're going to take this. We're going to take a polenta cake, then we think it's going to fit. Make sure this is clean. Make sure this is clean. And we're going to go in, take a polenta cake, put it right there. This could be mashed potatoes. This could be whatever makes you happy. And then we're going to take that short ribs right there, friends. We're going to put it right on top of it. Just like this. Just like this. And then, and only then, oh, I messed up the plate. We're going to take a spoon and we're going to be very, very gentle with the sauce. We're going to put just a little bit of the sauce on top. You can put a lot of the sauce if you want. It's really up to you, friends. But I'm going to put just a little bit of the sauce. You put as much, I got to clean this up, or as little of the sauce as you want. We're going to put a little bit of this. We're going to get it like a parsley leaves somewhere. I had a couple of them here earlier. Right there. And this, friends, is something you can do at home. This is easy. This is not difficult to do at home. Right there. You can do it this way. You can serve it with noodles. You can serve it with pappardelle pasta. You can serve it with rice. You can serve it with polenta. You can serve it with a soft polenta in a bowl. However you serve it, I promise you, this short ribs is going to be amazing. right there. Absolutely gorgeous. Wow, I almost forget the favorite part of the day. I gotta test this thing. I want to show you what it looks like. Oh, baby, look at this. Look at this, friends. Look at this. Look at this. Oh, man. Look at this. This is going to be so amazing. Probably going to be very hot, so I got to be careful. Huh? Oh. Wow. Oh, baby. The sweetness of the barbecue sauce. That thing melts in your mouth. You notice? Look. I put it in. Look at this. I put it in, and it literally melts in my mouth. Literally, huh? I don't really have to chew it. It's right there. Friends, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure to subscribe to our channel. Ring the bell so you get notification every Thursday when I make a new video. And don't forget to give us a thumbs up. Wow, this is great. I hope you make it. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next week.